Big Quick Jiu-Jitsu, Brandon Quick, and my purple belt, Garrett Miles. We're going to go over the ultimate control, side control, and a little bit of knee on belly, and then submitting our opponent. Guys, we want to go over a little bit some of the control techniques. Back up just a little bit. Some of the control techniques here in side control. We're not talking about Kesagatame. We're not just talking about side control here, 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 however you like to do it. We're going to talk about controlling this near side arm, windshield wiping that arm, and not just the control of the far side underhook, but the control with the far side lapel and what that shoulder wrap can entail with this arm and what it can entail with this arm control. First, let's talk about without the lapel, or sorry, without the shoulder wrap. Maybe I'm coming into a traditional style pass where I'm slicing my knee through, pulling my opponent's sleeve up, getting his neck annoyed so he can't turn all the way in. Whether I slice through and baseball slide through, I like to pin that arm down and have that knee come across. When that knee comes across, he can now not turn into me, or sorry, away from me. He can't lift me this way. And I still have this hand inside of the neck. If I can get his hand, or sorry, his neck to turn towards me, I can make the choke a little easier. I can choke like this too, but I can also get him to encourage. When he turns in, this is when he exposes his carotid. I'm able to grab that material, not the collar, but just the gi material. And instead of squeezing down on his neck, if he's tucking his chin, don't be a jerk and just do it over his molars, okay? Dig underneath, dig, till you find yourself under the mandible jawbone, and you can drop your ear-to-ear contact is what really helps choke him. Instead of just applying pressure downward, is dropping that weight onto him. Now he can't turn in so well. I can also do this from half guard. Guys, he can think that he has my back, but as he does that, he's exposing his carotid once again, and I can grab this guy, get the choke, drop my ear down, and submit him. He could even roll me, and I can still have the submission, guys. Turn my hips in, still choking on the way. I'm not really trying to go for sacrificial chokes right now. We're going to talk about staying on top. Now the ultimate control, here let me get side control. The ultimate control here in side control is to get this lapel wrapped around. Let's talk about some really important details that matter for me, okay? Now, if I'm in the gi, I'm going to grab this 4 fingers on the shoulder of the lapel here, and I'm going to have my cross face and sprawl that leg out. I want my forearm in line with my femur and my tib fib, okay? My leg and my forearm, I want them to be in line. And I'm just driving my shoulder. There's no leaning. Don't lean. Little guys will tell you all the time, if I lean too much, big guys will push you over. They'll push that hip and they'll roll you right over. So we don't want that happening. I also have my right knee over here in his hip. Okay, this gives this arm free time to work. I can work with this arm. I can fight for arm triangles. I can fight for Americanas and Kimuras, wrist locks, right? And I can also fight for the lapel. So right now we're fighting for the lapel. Let me show you a little secret on this here. Try to wrap it and hand it like this. Because it gives me, you see that War Tribe banner right there, that sticker right there? I can grab that, okay? So where sometimes people make the mistake, if they grab the lapel and their hand is like this, look, when you fist it, sometimes it doesn't quite make it there. It could be difficult. Then you have time dealing with this. He starts pushing my bicep. It starts breaking. I don't want any of that to happen. So I try to make the grip as fast as switch as possible from here. When I jerk it out, it can be like that, but I need to have the grip here. This makes the longer grip. Now I can grab it nice and easy. Make it taut, pull that shoulder and lapel, and then cheat up just a little bit more, okay? Now, this we're gonna go right back into the same choke. A minute ago I had my right hand in his collar. This time I can encourage him to turn over. I can encourage him to turn, but I have this shoulder control. Turn in, Garrett. Go ahead, turn in. 2 things are here. Cross face and that far side shoulder control, so he can't turn all the way in. But don't be a slouch. Don't sit up like this and just assume he can't turn in and then he blasts through you. You still need to be a little bit strong with your arm. So as he starts to turn in, or if he doesn't, you encourage him. Make that grip switch. See, now I have that extra material that I talked about. Now I have that choke. From here, I'm grabbing the same 4 fingers in. There's the lapel right there. 4 fingers in. And again, I go to that same choke. If he's tucking his chin, don't be a jerk. Just dig it out. Get underneath his mandible, drop ear to ear, and he should go to sleep. Now, if Garrett's blocking with his face or his arm in any way like this, or if he's got his elbow and not letting me get to the choke here, this is where the Bravo comes in. I pull his elbow from his ribs to his head. That's how the human being is weak. I'm not going to do it this way. Stay strong, Garrett. I'm not going to pull it in front of his face, but if I pull it over his head and I use my shoulder, notice my shoulder's in contact. Boom, I pull that up, and then I have to stuff it. Now, different than a darce. A darce, I apply pressure with my center of my chest and my sternum. With the Bravo, I slightly cant to the right, and I drive my shoulder down. That's where you get a lot of the pressure. It's just like a crossface. I'm here. Okay? You can also do the arm in and still do the same choke. He can also turn to his knees, and I still have the same choke. Okay, so now we understand that, and now we want to get far side arm control. All right, now we're here. I can do it on my knees or sprawled, either way, but now that I have control of his arm, I don't really want to sprawl my legs. So I make the switch, nice and taut. I could bring him in, rotate, get the arm nice and deep, and here's the choke. Drop the ear, boom. What I've also been doing a lot lately is when people try to take my back, just because I've been in a monoplata mentality, is I step over, and I start to step over this way, and he'll start to tap as I rotate. Just be aware of that for the guys that have been watching monoplata. One last technical breakdown. Okay? Another control position from here, half guard. Instead of being on my knees and giving Garrett underhooks and leg control, reverse sweep capabilities, that kind of stuff, to switch my base into having my hip down, grabbing that control of that lapel. I still have to be a little bit high on him. I want my knee out. It's a major difference between my knee being out and my knee being in half guard. All of this, underhooking, no hands pass, tripod pass, turning in, all that is just to get my knee out in one form or another, right? If I was here, I'm just trying to get my knee out, right? Whether I come sideways or I come to mount. All those variations here, just trying to get my knee out. So we understand that the knee is very important. That's why we were training with Thompson earlier, and I said, try this. You got the collar and the sleeve. Pop up. Start cutting your knee through. It helps you to get elevated when you pass. Okay? But in this type of half guard, if I'm here and I win this crossface battle, I can lower onto my hip, keep my foot behind me so there's no bridge action going on. Right? And now here I am. He may annoy my face, but look, my knee can come right out. So easy. 3/4 mount. Right? I can hug inside, kick and sprawl. I can bring my knee right back in. I can be here. Right? I can open it and try and take my foot out this way. Or I can use the assistance of my other knee and pop it out, come back to side control. It's real low base. It's hard for him to go anywhere. So I got control here. But what we're talking about today is the lapel. So I get this guy out, I get my grip switch, I get it underneath his arm, and then here we are, bada bing. I switch, rotate, he's on the side, I got the collar choke. I got the Bravo choke. A little bit of advanced jiu-jitsu. I hope you guys enjoyed some of those concepts. Thank you, Garrett, for getting choked.